Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I am here with Nathan Rayborn and we are reviewing the EVOKE Hysteria. So, Nathan, what do you see out of yours? You throwing yours a little bit?
So I've got to throw mine for a little bit, and mine is 55 by 5 1/4 by about 65. It gets down lane really clean with the cover, but the core is pretty chuggy, so you can kind of see it pick up in the mid lanes and roll up forward. So that cleanliness of the cover versus the chugginess of the core helps it be an extremely versatile ball, especially from left to right. You can play multiple zones with it, and I think this is going to be one of contenders for ball of the year.
Yeah. Speaking of versatility, we have inside of this cover stock, this beautiful ball, we have the overload core. Nathan, what are the numbers for the 15 pounds?
So for 15, it's actually a 248, a 050 differential, and an 015 intermediate differential.
Okay, so that's a pretty big core.
Yes.
Pretty big core. I throw 16 pounds. So what are the numbers for that?
For 16, you're looking at a 248, a 045, and an 015 intermediate differential as well.
Okay, so still pretty big, big.
Yeah.
Other than the core, we have the Propulsion MXV, which stands for Maximum Versatility. Pretty sure you heard that a couple times from other YouTubers, other channels, but we have the Maximum Versatility cover stock, which is an all pearl. So this ball is, once again, it's very beautiful. It comes out of box at 4,000 grit. Colors are pretty nice, dark black, kind of a dark purplish color, and a pretty bright blue. So I think that makes for a pretty good looking bowling ball there.
I really like the teal color in it. These light blues are honestly some of my favorite colors.
Yeah, they pop out a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, with all Motiv brand bowling balls, you have the Neomark logos, which keep from having any type of engravings or any other sounds in the bowling ball. So that's pretty cool. I like the Neomark logos.
Yeah, it's a very unique portion of what Motiv has to offer, along with, in my opinion, some of the best cover stock technology out there right now.
Yeah. All right. So,
you ready to throw some shots? All right, we're going to throw some shots now with our EVOKE Hysterias. See what it does. We're on the 41-foot chameleon pattern, so the ball should look pretty amazing. So we're going to look about 11-10 here down lane. Well, 11-10 at the arrows. And our goal is to get it to about 5 or 6 down lane. High 4-pin.
All right, so this is my very first look at the EVOKE Hysteria, bowling on 41-foot chameleon, and I'm basically going to stand somewhere around 15, look at somewhere around 10, 12, just try to get the ball a little bit more out the lane just because I don't yet know what this is going to do. So, yeah, let's take a look. Oh, that's right. Dang. So that was a pretty bad shot. I'm going to actually move a little bit left. Figured I was a little bit too far right on that shot. So I'll be standing around, let's count it. This is about 17, 18. Once again, looking at 9. There we go. Let's go.
That's pretty good. Oh, yeah.
Moving a little bit left. I want to see how this responds a little bit to a little more oil, a little more. That looks good.
So we're probably gonna have to move a little bit left just because it seems to be picking up. Like I said, our covers are really, really strong, but that ball motion is super nice. That's pretty good. Oh!
All right, so ball shape's pretty nice. It's a nice clean reaction. I like how it just kind of feels like I can just roll the ball and trust that it's going to make that shape without me really trying to make that shape, you know?
Yeah. Mine gets down a lane a little bit cleaner than yours, being at 5 1/4 versus yours being at 5.
Yeah.
Yours seems to be a little chuggier, just a little earlier, and it stands up when it hits the friction, versus mine wants to kind of go a little more left.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing that kind of adds a note to that versatility of what that ball can do, especially with the core that it has. You can lay it out to essentially make different shapes more than some other balls. And I think that makes it a very special case when it comes to drilling one of these Evoke Hysterias.
With that overload core, you know, if you drill it a little bit taller, pin up layouts normally want the ball to make the ball want to flare a lot more. And as we all know, the pin down layouts normally make the ball flare a little bit less. But with this overload core, you usually get a little bit more. You can amp it up a little bit more than your usual, you know, pin up layouts. And
Definitely.
that's something that I tried to do with mine. Was go with something that's a little bit more standard for me with a 5-inch pin to pap, 30-degree valve angle or 30-degree drill angle, 5-inch pin to pap, and a 20-degree valve angle for me is usually kind of my sweet spot for when I want a ball to just kind of read a little bit more in the mid lanes. Sure. And pick up and get offline pretty hard. On this 41-foot chameleon pattern, that's pretty much what I'm seeing. I feel like I can get a little bit further left and just kind of soften my hand up and just float it out there and trust that it's going to come back.
Personally, I think that something I usually would like to do with a pearl like this is add a little bit of surface. I left it at box for the sake of this review, but I think after this, I'm going to hit it with a little bit of surface, and maybe we'll get a few more shots and we can see how it rolls for me at that point. It's just a personal preference.
Your viewers out there, don't feel afraid or bad about surfacing your bowling balls or polishing them. That's the great thing about the Motiv line is that they are highly versatile covers and cores, so you can do a lot of different things with those cores, make them shape to your desires. Don't forget to go get your pap checked by your local pro shop. Feel free to have fun and check out these different type of these Motiv bowling balls.
Definitely. I think our covers respond very well to adding surface or taking away surface, depending on what you need them to do.
Some more shots.
Let's get some more shots in. We just got the fortune of watching the World Series of Bowling Scorpion Championship. 4 of our Motiv guys made it, and I believe all of them were throwing Hysterias. I think you can guess why. That ball looks amazing.
Right, standing on 27, looking at 12. It's a good shot. Let's go.
Oh man, that looks good.
All right, going to 27 now. Open up the lane a little bit and look at 13. So, that's good. Oh, come on.
Throw it better. Get that in here.
All right, standing on 27 this time. Looking at 13 with my eyes. Let's just get it out there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Give this lane a little love. That's a miss. Let's go. All right, standing on 27, looking at 13 with the solid Evoke, the original. This should be a little smoother. Yep. There we go. Looking at 13 with the primal shot. It's a pretty good shot. All right, and in my last comparison shot, I will be comparing the Crimson Jackal, comparing this to the Evoke Hysteria, looking at 12 with my eyes, standing on 27. A little more around it. There we go.
There we go. Off of that move left. It picks up just a hair earlier and makes it a little lazy down lane compared to the Hysteria. The cleanliness of the Hysteria makes it a lot more angular down lane and makes that shape look good. Okay, so the cover seems to make that one just a little more forward overall compared to the Hysteria. It seems to pick up just, I'd say probably about 2-3 feet earlier. I think honestly that's why I prefer the Hysteria a little bit more, just because I can get it down lane to the friction a little easier, and I can trust that it won't read up and maybe be a little flat through the pocket.
Evoke Hysteria, standing on 32, looking at 17. Look at my eyes. There we go. All right, everybody, thank you for watching our review on the Evoke Hysteria. Get yours on March 19th. Come to your local pro shop to go ahead and pre-order or get yours drilled.
Absolutely. If you guys have been watching any of the tour shows recently or live streams from Bull TV, you'll see that a lot of our staffers are throwing this ball, and it's not just because it's our new ball. This ball really is something special. Stop by your local PSO and get it pre-ordered today. March 19th, like Jacob said, it's coming out. You're gonna see a lot of them on the rack.
All right. See you guys in the next one.